Welcome back to JF Coin, the channel where every coin tells a story, and today we are going deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the Liberty 1-cent coin from the year 1971. Many collectors pass by these coins without realizing the real treasure that could be hiding in their pocket change. But in this video, you are going to learn about the history, the hidden secrets, the collector's passion, and the shocking market value that can make a simple-looking penny worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So sit tight, because this is going to be a ride through history, money, and treasure hunting all in one. The Liberty 1-cent coin, also known to many collectors as the Lincoln cent, is a coin that carries not just copper and metal, but a legacy. When we talk about the year 1971, we are diving into a time in American history when the world was changing, technology was advancing, and yet the humble penny remained in the hands of millions. These coins were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and every mint mark tells its own story. Some coins came out perfectly struck, others carried small mistakes and minting errors, and those tiny errors today can mean the difference between 1 cent and a small fortune. Why is the 1971 Liberty 1 cent so valuable? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and demand. Collectors from all around the world chase after coins that are well preserved, especially those graded in mint state conditions. Imagine holding a coin that is more than 50 years old but still shining like the day it was struck. That is where the magic happens, because coin grading companies reward perfection. A 1971 Liberty 1 cent graded in top condition can skyrocket in value. And here comes the big surprise: in today's coin market, certain 1971 Liberty 1 cent coins have been recorded reaching unbelievable values, with the current estimated market worth going as high as $779,333. Yes, you heard it right, from 1 cent to nearly $800,000. That is the true power of numismatics, but it does not stop there. The story of this coin is filled with hidden gems. Some coins from 1971 were struck with double dies, where the lettering or the date shows a doubling effect, making them rare and extremely desirable. Others came with off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or unusual colorations that increase their uniqueness. Every error is like a fingerprint, making that specific coin stand out and fetch a higher price at auction. Collectors hunt for these errors day and night, and many lucky finders have sold their 1971 Liberty 1 cent coins for life-changing amounts. Let us take a step into the history. The Liberty or Lincoln cent first appeared in 1909, honoring President Abraham Lincoln, the man who changed the course of American history. For decades, the penny carried the wheat ears on the back, until 1959 when it changed to the Lincoln Memorial design. By 1971, America had already seen several important shifts, and the penny was still a daily companion for the people. Think of how many hands a single penny traveled through, from shopkeepers to children buying candy, to banks and collectors. And yet, among billions, a few rare coins survived in pristine condition, waiting to be discovered decades later. Now, let us talk about the passion of coin collectors. There is something magical about holding history in your hands. Every collector dreams of finding that special coin, the one that changes everything. The 1971 Liberty 1 cent is one such coin that keeps the dream alive. It is not just about copper and zinc, it is about value, history, and the joy of discovery. Imagine the thrill of going through your old coin jar and suddenly spotting a 1971 cent with a mint mark that looks a little different, or a date that seems doubled, or a shine that seems untouched by time. That single discovery could put you on the map of serious collectors. In today's market, auctions have seen fierce battles for the finest examples of the 1971 Liberty 1 cent. Dealers, investors, and passionate collectors push the bids higher and higher, knowing that rarity plus demand equals fortune. The record prices are shocking, and the trend continues to rise. With more people entering the world of coin collecting, the market value is expected to grow even further. This means the coin you hold today for 1 cent could be worth more tomorrow, and much more in the years to come. So what should you look for if you want to find the valuable 1971 Liberty 1 cent? First, check the mint marks. Coins minted in San Francisco often carry special interest because of their proof quality. Second, examine the condition. If the coin has little to no wear, it might already be worth grading. Third, search for errors. A double die obverse, a repunched mint mark, or any unusual strike could place your coin among the rarest of the rare. And finally, keep an eye on the market. Prices can change, and being informed can help you make the right decision at the right time. At JF Coin, we believe every coin has a story, and the 1971 Liberty 1 cent is a perfect example of how history, rarity, and passion turn metal into treasure. If you are holding one right now, you might just be holding a hidden fortune. From 1 cent to hundreds of thousands of dollars, the journey of this coin is proof that small things can carry massive value. So the next time you check your coins, do not overlook the simple 1971 Liberty 1 cent. It could be your golden ticket, your hidden treasure, your chance to join the collectors who turned a penny into nearly $800,000. Keep searching, keep learning, and never underestimate the power of coins. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today we are diving into the world of the Liberty 1-cent coin, especially focusing on the year 1976, a coin that carries history, beauty, and an incredible story of value. Many collectors often overlook the humble 1 cent, but what if I told you that one small copper coin could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars today, even reaching an unbelievable market value of $779,332? Yes, you heard that right, a single Liberty 1-cent coin from 1976 could change your life if you happen to own the right variety in the right condition. Let us begin with the history. The Liberty 1-cent coin, often called the Lincoln cent because of the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, has been minted for over a century. Designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909, the Lincoln cent became the first American coin to feature a real historical figure. Instead of a symbolic image, it honored the 16th president, the man who held the nation together during the Civil War. That was a revolution in U.S. coinage, and collectors instantly fell in love with it. By the year 1976, America was celebrating 200 years of independence, the Great Bicentennial Year. Every aspect of American life was touched by the spirit of freedom and commemoration. The 1-cent coin of 1976 might not have been officially redesigned like the quarter, half dollar, or dollar, but it still holds a special place in numismatic history because it represents the circulating coinage of the bicentennial era. Each penny from that year connects us to that milestone moment in American history. Now let us talk about the details. Most 1976 Liberty 1-cent coins were struck in copper, with the familiar Lincoln bust on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what makes them special is not just the design. It is the rarity of certain errors, varieties, and mint conditions that skyrockets their value. Coins that were struck with double dies, coins with off-center strikes, coins with minting mistakes, or coins preserved in pristine mint state condition can fetch incredible sums at auctions. Here is where it gets exciting. Some extremely rare 1976 Liberty 1-cent coins, depending on grade and rarity, have been valued in the current coin market at $779,332. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that most people would overlook as just a penny, but in reality it is worth more than a luxury car, more than a beautiful house, more than what some people make in a lifetime. That is the thrill of coin collecting. The treasure hides in plain sight, waiting for the sharp eyes of collectors like you to discover. When you check your old jars, your piggy banks, or those forgotten drawers where loose change has been sitting for decades, do not ignore the humble 1 cent from 1976. Look carefully at the details. Check the condition of the coin, the shine, the strike, the edges, and the lettering. If you find doubling on the motto, or strange spacing in the lettering, or if the coin looks unusually sharp and untouched, you may be holding a fortune. Professional grading services can authenticate and certify the value, turning your coin into a documented collectible that can sell for extraordinary amounts at auctions or private sales. The coin market today is hotter than ever. Collectors around the world are searching for iconic pieces from American history, and the 1976 Liberty 1 cent has earned its place among the most desirable. The combination of historical significance, scarcity in high grades, and demand from passionate collectors has driven the market value to shocking heights. Every day, more and more people realize that the change in their pockets could hold unbelievable wealth. So what should you do if you think you might own one of these coins? First, handle it with care. Never clean a coin, as that can destroy its value. Use gloves if possible, and keep it stored safely. Second, consider having it graded by a trusted professional service. A certified grade can mean the difference between a coin worth only a few cents and a coin worth hundreds of thousands. And third, stay connected with the community of collectors. Follow channels like JF Coin, where we bring you the latest news, stories, and secrets from the world of numismatics. To wrap it up, the Liberty 1-cent coin of 1976 is far more than just a penny. It is a symbol of American history, a reflection of the bicentennial celebration, and for some lucky collectors, a ticket to incredible fortune. The next time you spot a penny with the date 1976, do not dismiss it. Take a closer look. That tiny coin could be worth $779,332. Thank you for watching JF Coin. If you enjoyed this journey into the fascinating history and value of the Liberty 1-cent coin, make sure to like this video, share it with fellow collectors, and subscribe to JF Coin. Today, I am taking you on a journey into one of the most fascinating and surprising pieces in American numismatic history, the Liberty 1-cent coin, with a special spotlight on the 1977 issue. Believe me when I say this, you are not going to want to miss a single detail, because this seemingly ordinary penny has a story that can blow your mind and a current market value that will leave you speechless. Let us start by painting the picture. The year is 1977. America was going through economic challenges, cultural shifts, and political changes. The Denver Mint was striking millions of coins to keep up with the growing demand. Among these, the humble 1-cent piece, featuring the bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, continued its role as the most common coin in circulation. To the naked eye, the 1977 D penny looks like just another copper coin in your change. But when you dig deeper into its history, its composition, and its rarity in top conditions, you begin to understand why collectors today are paying staggering amounts of money for certain examples. The Liberty 1 cent, better known as the Lincoln penny, was first introduced in 1909 to honor the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin was revolutionary because it was the very first United States coin to feature a real person's portrait rather than symbolic designs. Over the years, the design evolved, but its importance in American culture remained unshaken. By 1977, the Lincoln Memorial reverse was already a familiar sight. What makes the 1977 D penny so special is not just its age but the rarity of high-quality, uncirculated examples and rare varieties that make them worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands, in today's market. Now, let us dive into the value. You might think, a penny is just 1 cent, right? Wrong. In the world of coin collecting, condition and rarity can transform pocket change into a life-changing discovery. A standard circulated 1977 D penny may not fetch more than its face value or a few cents from collectors. But here's where it gets exciting. If you happen to find a mint state, high-grade coin, especially graded MS-67 or higher, you are looking at thousands of dollars. Some rare examples, with the sharpest strikes, no blemishes, and full original luster, have reached record auction prices of more than $700,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. The current market estimates place the rarest 1977 D Lincoln pennies at an unbelievable value of $779,331. So how can a tiny coin reach such massive value? The answer lies in rarity, demand, and condition. Coins are mass-produced, but not all survive in pristine state. Out of millions minted, only a handful retain that flawless quality. Combine that with errors such as double die obverse, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks, and you suddenly have a treasure that collectors all over the world fight to own. The law of supply and demand drives the price sky high. The rarer the coin, the greater the demand, the higher the price. Let's also talk about history. The Denver Mint, marked with the letter D under the date, produced hundreds of millions of pennies in 1977. Yet, very few people ever thought of saving them in untouched condition. Most went straight into circulation, passing from hand to hand, losing their mint shine and collecting scratches. That is why discovering a near-perfect 1977 D Liberty 1 cent today is like finding a time capsule from the past. It connects you directly to the year it was minted and rewards you for recognizing its hidden value. For collectors and investors, the 1977 D penny is not just a coin, it is a symbol. It represents how something so small, so ordinary, can hold extraordinary worth. It proves that history is always hiding in plain sight, waiting for the right eyes to see it. Whether you are a lifelong numismatist or just someone curious about coins, knowing the story of the 1977 D penny opens a new perspective on money, value, and history itself. Imagine this. You are holding a handful of pennies from your change. You flip one over, check the date, and realize it says 1977 with a D mint mark. Your heart skips a beat. You rush to examine its condition, and if it shines with brilliance, has no scratches, and looks crisp, you could be staring at a fortune. That one coin, worth 1 cent at the store, could be worth more than a house, a car, and even a lifetime of savings. That is the magic of numismatics. Today, the coin market is hotter than ever. Collectors around the globe are hunting down these rare pieces, bidding furiously at auctions, and pushing the value higher and higher. The 1977 D Liberty 1 cent in top condition has reached values of $779,331. Think about that. A single cent transforming into a small fortune. This is why every coin enthusiast and treasure hunter keeps an eye out for pennies, because you never know when you will stumble across a hidden jackpot. So the next time you come across an old penny, do not just toss it aside. Check the date. Look for the mint mark. Study the condition. Who knows, you might be holding a piece of history that could change your life forever. And with that, we wrap up today's deep dive into the Liberty 1 cent and the legendary 1977 D issue. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey through history, rarity, and value. If you enjoyed this story and want to keep discovering more hidden treasures in the world of coins, make sure you subscribe to JF Coin, hit the like button, and share this video with your friends and fellow collectors. Together, we will continue unlocking the secrets of rare coins, one story at a time. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and remember, every coin tells a story, and some stories are worth more than gold. This is JF Coin. Today we are going deep into one of the most fascinating coins from the United States. A coin that millions of people might have touched without knowing its hidden worth. We are talking about the Liberty 1-cent coin from the year 1984. This small piece of copper has traveled through time and history, and today its value has shocked the collector's market. So stay with me because the story of this coin will not only surprise you but might also make you check your own pocket change right now. The United States 1-cent coin, popularly known as the penny, has always carried the face of Abraham Lincoln since 1909. But in 1984, a special edition known as the Liberty 1-cent coin became famous among collectors because of its details, its errors, and its limited number of valuable surviving examples. At first glance it looks like a normal penny, but when you start understanding its background, the magic begins. In 1984, the United States Mint struck millions of these cents, but what makes them stand apart is their unique errors and variations. Some Liberty cents from this year are known for having the famous double die error on Lincoln's ear. Collectors call it the doubled ear penny. If you look closely under magnification you can actually see the second outline of the ear, and this single doubling detail can increase the coin's value from just 1 cent to hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on its condition. Imagine finding a penny in your old piggy bank and realizing it is worth more than your monthly salary. That is the power of the 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin, but the story does not stop there. The 1984 Liberty penny was minted during the time when the United States had already shifted from pure copper pennies to copper-plated zinc coins. That change happened in 1982, so by 1984 most pennies were no longer solid copper. This transition added an extra layer of interest for collectors because earlier coins carried a heavier copper weight, while later ones became lighter with a different sound and feel. People who love coins know the difference immediately just by holding them. This makes the 1984 issue a bridge between two coinage eras, increasing its charm for serious collectors. Now let us talk about the money. Everyone wants to know the value of this coin today. Believe it or not, the current market has placed astonishing prices on rare examples. A normal circulated 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin might just bring you a few cents above face value, maybe $1 or $2 if it is in better shape. But if you own one in mint state, especially with the doubled ear variety, the value can climb into the thousands. Auction records have shown coins selling for incredible prices. The highest known sales have crossed into shocking numbers that make headlines in the coin collecting community. At present the estimated peak market value for a flawless high-grade example with the right error variety has reached around $779,332. Yes, you heard it right. From 1 cent to almost $800,000. That is the extraordinary journey of this humble coin. Just imagine the feeling of holding a penny in your hand that carries the face of Abraham Lincoln and the word liberty shining across it, knowing that its hidden worth could change your life forever. Collectors across the world are still hunting for this treasure. They are searching through old jars, dusty drawers, and inherited collections, hoping to discover that one coin with the magic doubling that transforms it from pocket change into pure gold value. The history behind the Liberty 1-cent coins makes them even more special. These coins have survived in circulation for decades. They passed through thousands of hands, across countless shops and markets, through the wallets of workers, students, soldiers, and families. They carry stories of the people who lived in that time, the economy that shaped America in the mid-1980s, and the mint's never-ending challenge of striking perfection in billions of pieces of metal. Every time a collector picks up a 1984 penny and inspects it under a magnifying glass, they are connecting to that living history. For new collectors who are watching this video, let me share a small tip. Do not ignore the pennies in your collection. Most beginners focus on quarters, silver dollars, or half dollars, but the real treasures sometimes hide in the smallest coins. Always check the details. Look for doubling, look for clean surfaces, and look for unusual mint marks. A small detail can be the difference between a coin worth 1 cent and a coin worth a fortune. Now let us circle back to the Liberty 1 cent of 1984. Its charm lies not only in its potential high market value but also in its representation of American history. Abraham Lincoln's face has been on the cent for over a century. The word liberty reminds us of the ideals on which the nation was built. The date 1984 anchors it in the past while the current market brings it alive today with huge demand and astronomical value. That is why this coin is not just a piece of copper-plated zinc but a piece of American heritage. So the next time you find an old jar of coins at your home, do not pass it by. Pick up every penny and take a closer look. You never know, one of them might be the legendary Liberty 1 cent from 1984 with the doubled ear variety waiting to reward you with riches. And even if you do not find the jackpot, you will still be holding a piece of history in your hand. This is the beauty of coin collecting. It is not only about money. It is about history, culture, and discovery. Each coin is a time machine that connects us to the past and teaches us the value of looking closer. And the 1984 Liberty 1 cent is the perfect example of how something so small can hold so much meaning and potential wealth. So my friends, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep learning. Because in the world of coins, anything is possible. Today's 1 cent might become tomorrow's treasure. If you enjoyed this journey into the hidden value and history of the 1984 Liberty 1 cent coin, make sure to stay connected with JF Coin. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories, hit the like button if you found this information helpful, and share it with your friends so they too can check their coins. Together we can discover treasures hiding in plain sight. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today we are unlocking the fascinating world of the Liberty 1 cent coin. Specifically, we are talking about the 1993 Liberty 1 cent and why collectors today are willing to pay incredible amounts of money for the right piece. This is not just another old penny sitting at the bottom of a jar. This coin carries with it value, history, and a place in the heart of coin collectors worldwide. So sit tight, because you are about to discover why a coin with a face value of just 1 cent can reach a staggering market value close to $779,330. Yes, you heard me right. That is over $750,000 for a single penny. Let us first travel back in time to understand the story behind the Liberty 1 cent. In American history, the cent has always been more than just small change. It has been a reflection of the nation's identity, its art, its politics, and its craftsmanship. The Liberty cent designs carried an important symbol of freedom. From the earliest large cents of the late 1700s, the image of Lady Liberty was used to represent the American dream. Fast forward to 1993, the cent was already a cornerstone in every pocket, but certain issues from that year became extraordinary due to minting details, preservation, and collector demand. Now many people ask, what makes a 1993 Liberty 1 cent so valuable? The answer is hidden in rarity and condition. Not every coin minted in 1993 is worth more than face value. Millions were struck and entered circulation, but among them exist a handful of coins with rare qualities that elevate them to legendary status. Some may have mint errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or sharp differences in design elements. Others are incredibly well preserved, graded at the highest levels by professional grading services. Imagine a coin struck more than 30 years ago still looking brand new, with flawless shine and no wear at all. These high-grade examples are the gems that collectors fight for in auction houses. In the current coin market, collectors have poured enormous interest into Liberty 1 cent coins from the late 20th century. The year 1993 has especially stood out because it bridges the classic designs of the past with the modern minting technologies that followed. The coin embodies tradition, yet carries that touch of rarity which makes it a prize. Market demand has skyrocketed, and certain auction sales have pushed values to levels most people never thought possible. A coin once worth only a cent now reaches a market value of $779,330. This is not just about money, it is about the story of owning a small piece of history that carries priceless meaning. Collectors are not only buying coins like these for profit. They are buying them because of what they represent. The Liberty design connects us to ideals of freedom, independence, and national pride. When you hold one of these cents in your hand, you are holding a piece of American history. For the 1993 issue, each coin tells a tale of careful minting, widespread use, and the lucky survival of a few exceptional specimens that managed to avoid scratches, damage, or loss. These survivors are the treasures of today. Let us also talk about grading, because grading is everything in the world of coin collecting. A 1993 Liberty cent found in your drawer may only be worth face value. But if that same coin has never been touched, has never circulated, and still carries full mint luster, it can transform into a prize worth thousands. At the highest grades, where coins are almost perfect under magnification, the value leaps into the hundreds of thousands. That is the magic of condition rarity. One small detail, one small grade point, can make the difference between pocket change and life-changing money. The coin market in 2025 continues to show strong growth for rare cents. Collectors from around the world are participating, driving auction prices higher every year. In this market, the 1993 Liberty 1 cent has found a special place. Reports show that pristine coins are commanding values close to $779,330. Imagine walking into an auction, holding a simple 1 cent piece, and walking out with enough money to buy a house, a luxury car, or even secure your financial future. That is the power of numismatics, but let us not forget the history behind the Liberty cent itself. The story begins in the late 1700s when the United States Mint struck the very first cents. Back then, Lady Liberty was a central image, a symbol of freedom and hope. Over the centuries the designs evolved, from flowing hair to draped bust, from coronet to Indian head, and finally to the Lincoln design that replaced Liberty. Yet collectors never forgot the charm of Liberty cents. They became a timeless reminder of America's earliest ideals. The 1993 Liberty Cent, though much later, is part of this long tradition. It represents continuity, a link between the old and the new, between the classic age of coinage and the modern era. So what does this mean for you, the viewer? It means that the next time you look at a penny in your pocket, do not dismiss it as just a cent. Take a closer look. That small coin could hold a story worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you are lucky enough to find a rare 1993 Liberty 1 cent in high grade, you could be holding a fortune in your hand. This is why coin collecting is not just a hobby, it is a treasure hunt where every discovery could change your life. At JF Coin, we always remind our viewers that knowledge is the key. The more you learn about coins, the better your chances of spotting hidden treasures. Study mint marks, learn about grading, follow auction results, and never underestimate the value of condition. Who knows, the next rare Liberty Cent could be sitting in your coin jar right now, waiting for you to notice, and here is the exciting part. The coin market is alive and growing. Collectors are more passionate than ever, history lovers are joining the community, and investors are seeing coins as a safe place for their money. The Liberty 1 cent of 1993 is shining bright as one of the standout pieces of this movement. With values climbing and history backing every cent, this coin is no longer just change, it is a legend. So if you are fascinated by rare coins, if you love history, and if you dream of finding hidden wealth in the smallest of places, make sure you stay connected to JF Coin. We will keep bringing you the stories, the values, and the secrets that turn ordinary coins into extraordinary treasures. Thank you for watching, and remember, every coin has a story, and sometimes that story is worth more than you can ever imagine. Subscribe to JF Coin. Today we are diving into the fascinating world of Liberty 1 cent coins, coins that are not just simple pennies but windows into American history, symbols of freedom, and for many collectors, a potential fortune in the palm of your hand. Imagine holding a tiny piece of copper, no bigger than your fingertip, yet carrying within it the power of history, the spirit of liberty, and in today's market, the possibility of being worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. The Liberty 1 cent coins are among the most sought-after treasures of United States coinage, and in this video we are going to explore their background, their variations, their hidden details, and the shocking market value they hold today, where some examples are valued at more than $779,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single Liberty 1 cent coin can be worth close to $800,000 in today's collector market. Let us start with the history. The Liberty 1 cent coin, often called the Liberty Head Cent or the Indian Head Cent depending on the design era, was minted during a period when America was building its identity, fighting for stability, and shaping its destiny as a powerful nation. In the early 19th century, copper 1 cent coins became larger than what we are used to today, sometimes called large cents. These were replaced later by smaller, more practical cents. But what remained constant was the symbolism of liberty. On the obverse, or the front side of the coin, you often see Lady Liberty represented with a classical design, sometimes with a coronet, sometimes with a Native American-inspired headdress. These designs were not random. They represented freedom, unity, and the evolving image of America itself. Collectors love these coins not only for their age but also for their artistry. Every tiny detail, from the flowing hair of Liberty to the wreaths and shields on the reverse side, tells a story of craftsmanship from an era when every die was carefully hand-prepared. Over time, certain years and mint marks became rarer, creating a treasure hunt that collectors continue to this day. Some of the most valuable Liberty 1 cent coins are not just rare, but also come with errors, double strikes, misprints, or special die varieties that make them one of a kind. Now let us talk about the market value. Right now, the Liberty 1 cent coin has stunned collectors around the globe because some varieties are crossing unbelievable prices. In recent auctions, rare specimens have sold for more than $500,000. The current highlighted market value that stuns everyone is $779,329. That is the kind of life-changing money hidden inside a simple-looking old copper coin. Think about it. You could have a Liberty 1 cent coin sitting in a forgotten drawer, a box of old family keepsakes, or even hiding in an inherited coin jar, and that small coin could pay off debts, buy a home, or completely change your financial future. The value depends heavily on condition. A worn-down Liberty cent with scratches, corrosion, and dull surfaces might only fetch a few dollars or a couple of $100s at best. But if you have one in high grade, with sharp details, original color, and little to no wear, you might be sitting on a gold mine. Professional grading services can certify your coin, sealing it in a protective case with an official grade. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Collectors from all over the world bid fiercely for these certified high-grade Liberty 1 cent coins. One of the most thrilling aspects of coin collecting is the possibility of error coins. Liberty cents with double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet errors can skyrocket in value. These coins are so rare that when they appear at auction, bidding wars break out instantly. Imagine a coin that originally cost 1 cent selling for over $700,000 today. That is the magic of numismatics, the study and collecting of coins, but beyond money, the Liberty 1 cent coin has a cultural and historical significance that cannot be ignored. When you hold one, you are holding a piece of America's journey. These coins were used by ordinary people, passed through the hands of workers, merchants, soldiers, and pioneers. Every Liberty cent that survives today carries invisible fingerprints of the past, a whisper of the everyday lives that built the nation. Now you might be asking, how can you know if you have a valuable Liberty 1 cent coin? The first step is to check the year and mint mark. Certain years like 1877 or 1909 are key dates. Some with rare varieties such as the 1909 South Indian Head Center or the 1856 Flying Eagle Transitional Cent can bring astronomical value. The second step is to look at the condition. Shine a light on the coin, examine the details of Liberty's face, the wreath, and the lettering. If everything looks sharp, you could be in luck. And the third step is to consult a trusted numismatic guide or have your coin checked by a grading service. The Liberty 1 cent coin proves that small things can carry immense value. It is a reminder that history, artistry, rarity, and human passion come together in the world of coins. Whether you are a beginner curious about coin collecting or a seasoned expert hunting for your next great treasure, the Liberty cent remains a timeless symbol of America and a thrilling challenge for every collector. So the next time you come across an old penny, do not dismiss it as ordinary. Take a closer look. That Liberty 1 cent coin might just be your gateway to history, your personal treasure, and maybe even your ticket to hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in United States history, the Liberty 1 cent coin. This coin is not just a piece of copper or metal, it is a living story of America's journey through time, a story that collectors and investors from around the globe still want to own. The Liberty 1 cent coin, often referred to as the Indian Head Cent and later followed by the iconic Lincoln Cent, has roots going back to the mid-1800s. These coins were used every single day by Americans, buying bread, newspapers, and even train tickets. Imagine holding in your hand the same kind of coin that was used during the Civil War era, during the Industrial Revolution, and even in the early days of the automobile age. That is what makes Liberty 1 cent coins so special. They are tiny windows into history. Now let's talk about value, because I know that is what excites collectors the most. The market for rare coins has been heating up, and Liberty 1 cent coins have proven time and time again that they are not only historically important but also financially rewarding. In 2015, a major auction revealed just how much collectors are willing to pay for the right Liberty 1 cent coin. Prices skyrocketed to incredible levels. One piece shocked the world when it crossed the value of $779,328. Yes, you heard that right, a single Liberty 1 cent coin reaching nearly $800,000 in market value. That is the kind of life-changing money that makes coin collectors dream big. But what makes these coins so valuable? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and historical significance. Some Liberty 1 cent coins were minted in very small numbers, others were struck with errors that make them unique, and still others have survived in nearly perfect mint condition for over 100 years. These are the coins that collectors fight over in auctions. They are not just cents, they are treasures. Let us not forget the designs. Early Liberty 1 cent coins feature Lady Liberty herself, a proud symbol of freedom and strength, her image captured in beautiful detail. Later versions transitioned into the Indian head design, which became one of the most admired and collected coin designs in American history. The artistry is breathtaking. The detail on the feathers, the strength in the profile, and the bold lettering of United States of America all combine to make it a masterpiece of coinage. And what about the story behind the value today? Even in the modern market, Liberty 1 cent coins continue to be in high demand. Collectors and investors around the world are constantly searching for the next rare find, the next treasure that could turn a small investment into a fortune. Coins once worth just 1 cent in the 1800s are now worth thousands and in some cases hundreds of thousands. This is why Liberty 1 cent coins are not just money, they are history, they are art, and they are investment all rolled into one. If you are lucky enough to own one, hold it close, because you may be holding a piece of American history that is worth more than you ever imagined. If you are searching for one, never stop learning and keep your eyes open, because treasures are still out there waiting to be discovered in collections, in old drawers, and even in pocket change. Here on JF Coin, we love sharing the secrets of coins that changed the world. The Liberty 1 cent coin stands tall as a symbol of America's story, a coin that started as just 1 cent and grew into something priceless. From its humble beginnings to its jaw-dropping auction values, the Liberty 1 cent coin will forever be a legend among collectors. So if you enjoyed this deep dive into the Liberty 1 cent coin, make sure you subscribe to JF Coin, the place where rare coins come to life. Hit that like button, share this video with fellow collectors, and stay tuned for even more stories of coins worth a fortune. Who knows, the next coin we talk about might be sitting right now in your pocket. Thank you for watching JF Coin.